Boom.
It says you are live.
We are live, but are we?
But I'm guessing it's not actually live. Let's start it with the. I mean, let's everybody come filter in with this.
Yeah, because last I checked, it was just over 7,000. So it's up to 7,200. So we're over half.
You froze right. We're over half.
Oh, of course.
Way there. Whoa. That's where you were going, right?
Exactly. That's where I was going.
I forgot to wind me watch. I'm always late. You know that?
Always.
And we've been talking. We've been talking for a little bit. We're freezing all to hell. I'm freezing. He's freezing. It's going to be a fun live stream.
That's how today's going to roll. But that's okay, because it's Galactus is interfering with the interwebs.
His big old head's in the way of your satellite and my fiber.
Yes, indeed.
Do. Good morning, soul brother. I put the R on there. Sorry.
Yeah. Robo killer.
Robo, this week I ordered the Obi-Wan head, the laser tag helmet, and the Spider-Man grave from the play day. I may be bankrupt now, but you are doing great things. It's all good stuff. I just like showing there, and I'm glad to help out. You know, it's cool to get stuff, but
crazy.
Yeah, talented people.
Yeah,
plasty backstabbing. Hey, Fitz.
Hey, you guys.
The Galactus looks so slick. I may have to offload some Mezcos to snag this one. And yeah.
It was a rather big day on Friday. Literally.
It was. Lots of well, we'll get to it, I guess. I mean, the full reveal was Galactus. That's the one that's up right now.
Yeah. I'll probably get scorched for saying this. The Sentinel's cool. I'm looking forward to it. But this is my guy. This is what I'm waiting for.
That's what I'm building up to. We'll get to that as we talk about how things unfolded.
Wait, did they reveal Rancor? Were they supposed to do that?
It's crazy. I don't know. Do you think that was them cleaning up mess, or was it kind of a ease in transition?
I would have been able to feel the arguments from either way as far as that goes. But I went back and watched that entire video, and he was not the same after that slip.
It seems weird to me, but at the same time, okay, there's two schools of thoughts with that. Litsky was right there. I mean, this was info that's not supposed to be out there. They could have cut the stream or did something, asked the people not to show it. But at the same time, they're talking to press. I mean, what are they going to... It's already out there. So maybe they just let it roll.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine that they maybe had originally had it planned. It feels like, okay, so Galactus ends at the end of August, right? And we don't know when PulseCon's supposed to be yet, right? But I think in the past it's been in that September, October timeframe. That seems like a really perfect thing to have announced at PulseCon, right? Because I can't imagine they're not going to run both of these at the same time. They've never run two HasLabs at the same time, have they?
Didn't one come right after the other?
Maybe.
And weren't they showing Unicron and Cookie Monster at the same time around? Was that at the same show?
Yeah, maybe that's true.
I don't. Yeah, that's where we're going. Two HasLabs going on. Just the announcement. I can appreciate knowing what's coming and being able to budget and plan.
Yeah.
Because they announced it, but that doesn't mean the Rancor is going to go up directly after this. That could mean, October, November, December, and then Transformers is teasing theirs. That could be next March. Who knows?
Yeah.
But it also, well, that slip happens on Thursday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's mostly announced on StarWars.com and the New York Times on Friday. Do you think it was that quick of, or was the announcement coming anyway and he just did it a day early accidentally?
The style of the lab, and here's the blurb. Now, the other part of it though is that I got to speak to the New York Times.
Two cutouts in such a short
and
span.
in that article, they do talk about the Rancor in there too.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that was supposed to be the actual lead, was that article.
And and they're going up on StarWars.com.
Yeah.
And it's not like we didn't know. The way they had teased it, it's not a vehicle. It was going to be a creature. It was going to be big. It came down to Rancor or Bantha, for me at least.
Mm.
And while as much as I want a Bantha, you remember that display at at the last San Diego we went to.
The two things that we said they absolutely had to do from that display was Bib and Rancor, and
yeah. You got to trust in your boys.
Yeah,
talking them up at the shows.
Yeah,
to the point where they're like, "Would you get out of the booth? Just go away. Quit talking about the Rancor."
and really putting that in there, it was like, at first I was kind of, it'd be really hard to do giant creatures in Star Wars Black, so you kind of resign yourself to not think about them, but just not rely heavily on the fact that something like that's going to come. But seeing the Rancor, even in that display, it was like, I gotta have one of those.
Something I knew I needed, but I didn't know I needed as much as I knew, or that I ended up wanting to need it.
It was like, I just don't think I'll ever get it.
Yeah. Would you want the furry Bantha though? I've got no problem with fur.
Yeah.
And longer hair. It's the shortness of flocking and the texture of it.
That's where we were going. Flocked Rancor. That's what we need.
Flocked Rancor. There ain't no hair on Rancor.
Oh.
I don't know. You're in for Galactus, right? 100%.
I've got to be. I mean, he's like probably the second biggest, well, the biggest, but the second biggest villain to my favorite Marvel team in the Fantastic Four after Doctor Doom. So I've already figured out how I'm going to alter the display to put him front and center, and I think I got it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. My top shelf, I got to cut into two, so that they're off to the side like the ones below them. And I don't know if I'm going to have to adjust the, because I've got the Marvel Universe one right now standing in that display. And it's like, if I've got to widen what's already there a little bit, but I did the measurement already. And if I do the same to the top shelf, he'll go right there.
And it'll essentially be the centerpiece of that display.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mixing all kinds of.
Don't give Expanded Universe any ideas.
Yeah, that was in olden times. That was Tales of the Jedi.
Those that aren't kept to live underground eventually grow feathers in their, as they mature to adulthood.
Yeah, madder than a shaved Rancor. You know what? I've seen that. I've held that. I've carried that across a con floor before, and my thought was, "Holy shit, this would look amazing in my Star Wars Black display." Now I don't have to do that.
And I've got a good spot for a Rancor, I gotta say.
You got that shelf? You talking about that shelf underneath, or to the side?
Just to the side. Yeah.
That is a good spot.
Yeah.
Do you have the snow speeder there?
Yeah, but it's in the middle. It can shift because on there too, but that can go on a regular shelf.
Oh, wait, what did I just see? Will it come with slime accessories for the mouth? That's how we get Pixel Dan in on this. Add some slime to it.
Slime's one of those things that oftentimes they don't include it just because of shipping things. Like some countries are sticklers about stuff like that and whatnot. So sometimes it's just easier to leave it out.
What I'm thinking, and we'll talk about Galactus.
Yeah, we got Galactus up and we're talking about the Rancor.
Yeah. Well, I don't have any Rancor pictures. Dang it. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Except the one that hangs up in your house somewhere.
Yeah. Stretch goals. I mean, I'd be okay with Slime. I'd never use it, but I'm thinking it's got to be Rancor Keeper.
Malakili
or Malakili.
Malakili.
Ninum.
Well, and if we are ever to get an Ula, this would be the place to do it.
Oh man, no kidding. It's not through a retailer, any of that. So Ula would be cool. And then I think there was a Nikto that was kind of the assistant Rancor Keeper.
Yeah.
That would be a good start for a Skiff Guard pack later.
Yes. Now you're thinking, always thinking.
I know when it comes to Star Wars, I'm like, oh, how can I get more figures out of this one release?
And you know the bone that's down there, and like maybe a Gamorrean. What is it? An arm that's hanging out of his mouth?
Oh man, or even half a Gamorrean guard. Just the legs were sticking out. No, it was both legs sticking out, right?
Yeah, it was both legs. Yeah.
Chewed up.
I mean, I already told my wife, I was like, my birthday's at the end of August, and I'm kind of like, if Rancor is next, it's like it's taken care of. It's the perfect birthday idea.
Oh, included a Rancor skeleton for Book of Boba Fett. Bib Fortuna has already been announced for the mainline.
Yeah. But
Jabba's palace as a stretch goal. Just throw the whole Dio in there.
I would take the dais for him though to set up on.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And look down, you know.
Oh, I can't wait to see how big the HasLab Rancor is compared to the old 3-inch scale one from 2009.
Now, is it me or was that one too big, scale wise?
To the figures, I don't know. I don't know which Rancors came out when. If it's 3 3/4 inch after 2002, I may have seen it, but I don't know what's what.
Because it seems to me like the Rancor is like 15 feet tall or something like that ish. Is he bigger than that? I don't know.
I couldn't tell you. Here, let's look up. Hey, we're on the interwebs.
Yeah, we've got these amazing capabilities and devices.
Rancor height, 16 feet.
Okay. So, I mean, 16-inch figure. Now, he kind of hunched over. I would imagine they'd probably make him 16 hunched over, don't you think?
Well, I think they measure to the top of his hump or the shoulders or, you know.
Right. Yeah. So, you know, as a basic figure, it's not basic figure. I guess a basic HasLab, you know, first right out of the gate, it's half the size of what Galactus would be, at least as far as height goes. Now he's going to be wider, right?
Yeah. And probably deeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
More manageable box, maybe.
Yeah.
And depending on if we get a Jabba's palace or not.
Then the thing in the middle of the room down here would have to go in.
Oh yeah. I'm already planning on that. Planning the construction of your toy room for space. What price you guys thinking for the Rancor? I gotta think. Well, I don't know. I'm terrible at this thing, but 250, 3?
I was thinking I think 200 is a threshold that they're comfortable with leaving in the dust at this point. So I'm hoping the 250 range would be about right.
Quintillion, yeah. with 8K. I'm not even going to try to guess the backer count.
Well, and that's the thing that's so hard to judge anyways, because they do it. I mean, at least they say they do it by backers, right?
Right.
So, I mean, theoretically, everyone who throws down for a Galactus could throw down for 5 of them. So that's not units, that's backers, right?
But I think they have said that it says backers, but it means units.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, which I think after having to clarify that several times, they would actually change it on the HasLab pages. But
yeah, because you know, Pabs lives in Denmark, and so I had to put down for 2 of them. So yeah,
you got to turn around and ship a Galactus, huh?
Yeah.
Damn. To Denmark.
Yeah.
1 unit, 1 backer, or 1 backer equals 1 unit.
Okay.
Yes, definitely units. 350. You think it's going to be the same process as the Sentinel? I can see. I don't see it having as many moving parts. Well, I don't know. Surely they wouldn't do every finger and every joint on those big old claws. I
don't know. You never know when they start plussing stuff up, because I mean, I you know, that Galactus is beautiful. Personally, I'm hoping that it's balanced well with not having too much textural pieces to it and being too busy. That's my one fear with premium items like this is like, because they can, or they feel that they should, they add stuff to places that sometimes should kept a little more. I think
they were talking about, hey, because look right here. I mean,
yeah, that's crazy.
They've got some texture on the purple parts.
Yeah.
And I think he was talking like the metal actually has, you know, texture on it too.
Yeah. It's cool.
Yeah. I see it.
Yeah.
It's a basketball under there. Plus the LEDs.
Yeah. That's cool. I'm kind of a sucker for that. Especially with the lights in the eyes, you know. That's cool.
Yeah, the backlighting up is cool, but I've seen people ask about why light up the helmet, and I'm just kind of, why not?
Yeah.
If you're lighting the eyes, give it a little bit more.
Yeah. 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 No, that's the, like I said, Sentinel's cool. The Sentinel is definitely cool. But that Galactus is the centerpiece for all my Marvel display.
I love the eyes. I love these things light up on the side.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much I like that face that's on there right now. I wouldn't ever display it that way, but I do like it a lot.
You think since this piece fell off during the presentation, that maybe a more classic G cover or maybe a stretch goal? That'd I know cool. It's not the most greatest of stretch goals, but it makes it feel a little bit more classic when you put the actual letter from your name on your costume.
Yeah, I'd take it. But, you know, stretch goals are going to be an interesting thing with this one.
You got to think they're going to throw heralds in there, right?
I mean, that's what I default to. And if you think about, because of who I am, I started thinking immediately as far as, you know, heralds, and really several of them, at least the main ones that I would want, they're not that complicated in terms of parts, and they could be a lot of reuse.
Speaking of which one?
Well, Firelord would be a lot of reuse.
Okay, yeah.
If they went with the Frankie Nova, that would be a lot of reuse.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Airwalker is probably, Firelord and Airwalker are the 2 that I want the most. He would be more, but not terribly more.
And Peter Parker, the same ones. Well, he threw Surfer in there too.
Yeah.
Do you think at this point we need a redo of Terrax?
you know, I pulled that figure off the shelf, and I gotta say it holds up well still. I mean, I get it. I mean, it's almost 10 years old at this point, right? So it's been out of circulation for a bit. So that could be a really easy stretch goal to throw in there. But I mean, having something that's already out there in the world, is that really worth a stretch, you know?
That's true. Marvel Zombies would be a good alternate face plate. I don't know if they do swappable parts, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. The way Dan said to make it an army builder is throwing me off. I can't think of any. People have mentioned the Punisher bots that from his early appearances.
Yeah.
If you want multiples of those, but if you want multiples of those, it seems crazy to army build Galactus.
Yeah.
To get several of those.
Yeah. That'd be rough.
Yeah. Oh, you know, it's only $400 a pop. But I feel like the more they add to it, the easier that $400 feels.
Well,
it's still $400, don't get me wrong, but
right. But if they get to, you know, I don't know, like 3-4 figures or something in there, I mean, yeah, it becomes much more palatable at that point, right?
Oh, wait, what about this? Wait, where'd it go? You could use this body. Well, I think with the electronics, how they are, it doesn't seem like it's just one LED sticking up from the neck and lighting all of that. But at the same time, what's the neck articulation look like? Oh, wait, maybe it's separate, the head and the chest.
So it would need two different battery compartments.
Yeah. That big old dome surely holds some batteries and electronics.
You can just like slide a D battery right up into the top of the.
Never say slide a D right into the.
I said it.
You said it, and it's out there, demonetized. But if it is all self-contained within the head, they could swap out, I guess, for celestial heads. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. God, no, please don't.
I mean, the figure's big enough for a celestial. I mean, it is Galactus styling. I mean, it's got the skirt, maybe a swappable skirt piece too.
Yeah,
but that's getting complicated, I think.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's all going to be add-ons. It's got to be. There's got to be a planet to hold, right?
Yeah, maybe so. You know, this is me just being kind of selfish. But a cool like add-on at a stretch goal would be a Jack Kirby figure.
Oh well, yeah, that's kind of.
We've got Stan Lee. It's like and as silly as it sounds, I would love to have a Jack Kirby figure for the display. And it's like that whole Mark Waid run several years ago, and it turned Jack Kirby into essentially this god-like character.
Froze. You still there?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh. No, you're good.
No, this would be the perfect place to include a Kirby.
But man, I feel like a lot more people would. Kirby seems like a con exclusive or something.
Maybe so. Yeah,
wouldn't want to put him behind the Galactus paywall.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how many people would throw down just for like things like Kirby or Heralds or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd still want Firelord and Airwalker first, and Nova. Those would be my what I want the most as far as stretch goals go. But
but even I mean, I can even see the complaints of sticking Heralds in as exclusives to this.
Yeah,
or if it's like Nova, have different paint jobs between this and a regular release or something, or
yeah.
I don't know. It's going to be. It's not as easy as the Sentinel.
Right.
How about Energy Blasts chromed out Silver Surfer, adult Franklin Richards, Fire Lord. Oh, stretch goals, swappable flesh-colored legs. Going classic.
Throw a variant one in there where he's the Christmas colors, right? Because he was red and green.
Well, that's a whole nother figure.
Yeah. Back another one for just straight up repaint.
Give me as many figures with this big boy as possible. And yeah, that's if you're buying it, hell yeah, throw in all the figures because it works. But if you're not buying this, you have to wonder, well, will I get Heralds to go with my old MU version or the original Toy Biz Build-A-Figure or something?
Yeah.
Oh, I said that before Todd jumped in. There's, I mean, because I never got the Marvel Universe version, but it's a cool looking figure.
It is. I like it.
And if you're confined when it comes to space or all that, you may not have room for Galactus, but you want some Heralds on the shelf.
I still want the Heralds.
I know, because you're getting Galactus. I mean, plus that helps with the $400 price tag. You're getting figures. How about non-Silver Surfer Norrin Rad?
That's fine. Yeah, I mean, Gabriel and Firelord are still.
Well, they specifically say during the live, wasn't it a 6-inch figure that could be held in hand? Oh. So maybe actually, that's probably not a bad guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Watch, classic Human Torch will be confirmed as a stretch goal.
Lord. No, not a Fantastic Four movie coming at some point.
How about a 1-1 ratio ultimate nullifier? That'd be throwing a prop replica.
That'd be cool. Just, yeah.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I want May Parker. What was it? Golden Oldie? Was her Herald persona?
Do what now?
Golden Oldie?
Yeah.
May Parker? Yeah, you never know. It's hard to guess this one.
Yeah, I wonder when they're going to start announcing at least the first stretch, right?
Well, they're up to 7 in 2 days. Well, a little over 2 days, barely, a few hours. I think if there's a slowdown, or maybe they'll do it every Friday for over the next month, or I don't know. With the Sentinel, it happened so fast that they
couldn't keep up. Yeah,
weren't the stretch goals already made by the time they actually announced them?
Yeah.
At least the first couple. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a Galacta. Was there a Galacta? Oh
yes.
Was there how about a human form scientist pre-Galactus?
Galen? That'd be interesting. Because I couldn't see that happening anywhere else.
Many eye blast effects. Didn't he used to use, like, somebody mentioned his chair, but wasn't there also a drill thing that he would use sometimes to
get to that sweet world food
to crack the shell to get to the nuts inside or whatever?
The candy middle.
What's happening, Big Mike?
Yo.
Oh, soft goods robe and a living tribunal head. I doubt that. I mean, that's probably a good idea for third party.
Yeah.
But at that point, I would just put like a foam thing under the robes, shut them all the way, put a head on top, call it good. That's actually not a bad idea. No,
yeah.
Let me write that down.
That was my idea. I'm going to tell Dwight about it right now.
or Instagram. I said that like an old man, on the Instagram.
On the tweetstagrams.
The tweetsters. Sure would be cool. I don't know how it would work with the skirt, though. I don't know. I feel like when he was moving it, it felt like a model kit, kind of, with each one being on its own articulations.
But still, I don't know if it's gonna move enough to get him this boy to sit down.
Yeah, I doubt it. Melts in your mouth. Earth melts in your mouth, not in your hand. How's it going, Henry?
Yo.
Was there Ray Ortiz, $5? Thank you. Hulk, was Hulk a herald of Galactus?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I've missed out on some stories, I feel like.
I don't know. Is that like a one-off thing or something? I can't remember. It's been
man, I kind of miss What If. I'm looking forward to that cartoon just because I always like that series.
Yeah. Well, and it, that it was perfectly planned to happen right after Loki. I'm not going to talk about spoilers or anything because I think it's still close enough. It's like I'm going to be watching that with a lot more, thought to it than just kind of this is a bit of a larth, Well,
I feel like it's just another way to ease people who aren't as familiar with concepts from the comics like that into the whole multiverse aspect.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's weird. It's different stuff. Okay, I can get into it. And then when the movies hit on it, it won't be as jarring.
Yeah. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need a Captain Carter figure, though. That's for damn sure.
How about an ego planet? How about faceplates for Master? Was it Master Order and Lord Chaos?
The
two.
Mm-hmm.
They were just faces in space.
Yeah. Space
faces. Did you do it too?
David Bowie did it first, right? Didn't he sing about space face?
Space face. I'd like those. And not just hollow wall hangers. I'd say a city-styled base, but it couldn't be in scale with the 6-inch. Oh, yeah, that's true.
That'd be cool, though.
Robo, I was looking forward to you saying he's large in yesterday's video covering this figure, and I didn't. And you know what? Honestly, I didn't even think about it at the time. I didn't think about it when I was editing. It wasn't until comments I thought, well, holy shit. I even put it in the article for the front page. And then went to record and completely
spaced it. You
faced it. Large.
Merc and McGee saying Planet Gus. Planet Gus is a place, though. You gave that guy the Gus name, but it is a planet in the Star Wars universe.
I forgot about that. Since he says they should change the name of the series What If to Hey, here's what's going on elsewhere.
It's happening right now.
Uh-huh. Oh man, yeah, I love it. And I feel like it could be an open window to bring some characters back, like Killmonger or something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, whatever. It's what the comics does. And a lot of people like the comics. Oh, now I have something for Fortnite figures. The Galactus?
Is he in Fortnite?
Oh, I don't remember now.
Dan's asking about we talked about that a little bit.
Ask Patrick if he slipped out on purpose. Thank you for everyone who have supported Galactus already. Yeah, it's awesome.
I saw Steve calling him out a little bit on Instagram, maybe about that.
It's now called pulling a Patrick.
Yeah. He's not ever going to be able to get away from that. Yeah, it's exciting.
One of the multiverses is just the Star Wars reality. I think it'd be cool. I mean, yeah, it's cheesy, but I'd like to see Guardians of the Galaxy cross with Star Wars.
Oh man, Star-Lord and Han Solo yelling at each other.
Mm-hmm. Old Han.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. pointing Han for sure.
All right, and it's a what if. We could have Yondu in there arguing with Han.
Oh, yeah. Well, and Yondu what if story where he's actually Mary Poppins. It's all the same now.
Oh, dang, yeah. It opens up a whole lot more storylines, and maybe that's how they introduced the Fantastic Four or something. Because they could have always went with they've always been around in the main universe. We just never talked about them, but
now that they're caught somewhere.
Yeah, negative zone. Better known as the internet.
that would be a cool way. And I mean, oh God, you can speculate and talk about this shit all the time to actually make them from the 60s because they were such a product of that time anyway, and bring them to like modern. And pull the whole modern technology. Reed's in hog heaven, and because that would make. That would make Ben Grimm's like whole, psyche piece like even tougher to contend with, probably.
The Rancor is actually a stretch goal for Galactus. That's how it works.
You hear that, Dan? Make it so.
Oh, maybe someone on the next Guardians movie can be eating a monkey. Don't bring that back. We're not gonna... Salacious bee crumb
being roasted.
Yeah. The Secret War will be Disney characters versus Star Wars versus Marvel versus Simpsons. Damn.
And now you can throw in Indiana Jones too, and have Harrison Ford just even more grumpy.
Good Lord. Like he needs any excuse to be more grumpy.
That's Lucasfilm. It's all there now. It's all there.
Are Marvel zombies too adult for a mainline Marvel Legends waves? I don't know. Seems like zombie toys kind of disappeared. Well, I mean, it was really saturated there for a bit.
Yeah. I don't know. I didn't know that there was still. I mean, it seems with this, there's still quite a bit of backing for that kind of thing. I thought it just kind of went away.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even the Walking Dead is ending this year.
Is it finally?
Yeah, this is. Is it finally? All right, Harrison. All right, finally. Yeah, it's. But I think they have other shows going on. It's still there, but boy, there for a few years. Remember San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Before they outlawed the zombie walks, and
you
didn't have to go over to the stadium to see that.
Yep.
Oh, Bart and Goku, unbeatable.
Don't have a cow, man.
Super Simpson times 10. Just ordered my 4th set of movie Deadpool from Dorkside because I use that figure so much, and I need another one just in case. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, would you count Frankenstein as a zombie?
He's kind of like a steampunk cyber zombie, right?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. I mean, if you it's zombie is the undead, and I guess Frankenstein at its base form is undead, but I don't know. I think with zombies, it's usually a virus or some kind of.
Yeah.
Some kind of. The scariest thing about zombies, besides eating human flesh and brains and such, is the spread of that. And I don't think if Frankenstein bites somebody, they turn into a Frankenstein.
And he's not mindless, I mean, that's the whole thing. He's not mindless.
I went back and watched a lot of the Frankenstein that NECA figure's based on. It's been a long, super long time. And I forgot just how it's almost he's the one that's getting picked on the whole movie. He's kind of
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that maybe someone could make an argument to make it technically correct, but in my brain, that's not the same.
Yeah, reanimated corpse, undead monster, not a zombie.
Yeah.
Frankenstein and RoboCop are basically, well, actually, damn it, Cincy, I don't want to think that hard about it.
Did Frankenstein ever shoot some dude in the dick?
Dead or alive, you're coming back to the castle with me.
That's the new dark universe version of Frankenstein.
Well, they did it with Punisher, and the true monsters are the bullies. And hell, that's going back to the 30s.
Yep.
What if Frankenstein gets bit by a zombie that has been bitten by a werewolf that was previously gnawed on by a vampire?
Damn.
Yeah.
You need like a silver bullet at the end of a wooden stake with garlic rubbed all over it. And it would take a lot to kill that some bitch.
Shot from a Civil War cannon with a cross while holding a cross. I think they did kind of that same thing in one of the Underworld movies, wasn't it? Where he was a vampire and a werewolf hybrid type thing. Wasn't that Scott Stapp from Creed?
I don't know. I only saw the first Underworld movie.
I think it was the second one. I've seen parts and pieces. When I watch those movies, I always wonder, where the hell's all the people in these movies? I mean, they're running around.
Yeah.
And they'll go to the hospital and there's one doctor and a nurse or something just there. There's no people. But yeah, I think the dude runs around and then he ends up turning blue. And he's morphed and stuff, and then he's all with eyes wide open.
Okay, I was trying to think of one of those songs because yeah,
that's the only one I know.
Yeah. Needless to say, our Galactus discussion has gotten delightfully derivative, but man.
I don't know.
Thinking about Frankenstein and RoboCop being the same thing, and Frankenstein shooting some guy in the.
I love this picture, though. If there was one picture, that I would say, "Hey, look at this. Get interested in Galactus."
He is pissed because he hungers, and he looks awesome doing it.
I do kind of agree with some of the graphs I saw about the faceplates. There's angry. And there is, what's the other one? There's skull. And then there's this. I don't think this is quite bored enough. When I think of Galactus, he's not thinking about the people. He's not thinking about the planets. He's not worried about shit. He's Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
I think I need a more just not bored.
And don't give an F face.
Yeah. Maybe that's a stretch goal of him just. And I don't know.
That see the one that's right here in this picture, that would be like the one that my brain would want to default to, but I like the sneering one so much more that it's like it would be hard not to.
So the sneering?
It just looks, it's got so much personality to it, you know?
There is a lot of personality there.
And I get it, Galactus transcends personality, but, you know, that's still kind of cool.
How many pictures do you think we're going to see of the middle finger of Galactus?
It's going to be that damn Revoltech Woody all over again.
Boy, he does have some bright white. Unlike Bray Wyatt, Galactus is the true eater of worlds.
He's got to keep his teeth nice and clean and strong if you're going to bite through planets, right? Because that's how he does it.
Apathy is a stretch goal.
Well,
actually, that wasn't a bad look. Kind of a Galactobot.
Yeah. You know, John at Preternia, that's how he's going to display his Galactus without the face.
Oh, a planet a day keeps the dentist away.
Mm-hmm.
Especially Chlorinate. Hey, can he hold a beer? I don't think the hands are that big, right?
No.
Yeah.
Maybe a shot glass for you.
He uses Galactic Crest.
That's what the tail of that comes out of Silver Surfer surfboard is. It's actually toothpaste for him.
Yeah, Uatu has a stretch goal. No, you got to think that's going to be a Build-A-Figure at some point, especially with this whole what if thing happening. Actually, I just realized that's an easy Disney Plus Build-A-Figure.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, Casting Cave. Get us a T800 skull plate. Oh, man.
They need I saw chewing gum. Yeah, they need a bubble gum blowing alternate faceplate for Galactus.
Are you saying his favorite chewing gum is Orbit?
Fabulous.
Oh my God, you guys. Translucent Frankie Ray wouldn't be bad. And then have a regular wave with just plastic or gold color.
Yeah, kind of like that swirly plastic for the regular release. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that.
Robo spoiled the Disney Plus Build-A-Figure for Wave 2. Stretch goal, a bag of cotton to represent the Cloud movie version.
Model my expression that I had watching that movie too for an alternate faceplate of just sheer disappointed apathy. That there's the face that you need for that.
When I first started reading that comment, I thought, oh, it would be kind of cool to have him like clouds around his feet or something, you know, but I'm sure there's going to be all kinds of pictures. Him just flipping the bird at every planet in the universe. I've met the Orbit girl or Gum Girl more times than I can remember.
Huh. Fabulous.
Fabulous. A stretch goal should be a planet he could hold with a bite taken out of it like he's biting. That'd be kind of cool. I mean, I've seen a lot of people comment that would be a cool display. Have him in there and then have the planet. Yeah, it's not in scale, but neither's Galactus. Truly. I mean,
that's the thing. It kind of like puts him as his own thing that way.
Yeah. And still, I mean, it's still holding a planet. It's his thing.
No, it's a planet. We don't need that as a stretch goal, Robo.
Don't say thing and stretch.
The Fantastic Four has it all.
That's right. Oh, damn. That just jumped up. I saw a Pluto comment. Yeah, I think we talked about that earlier. I don't think going to be able to do a sitting position. There's just too much skirt.
Yeah. And I appreciate the, separate pieces to allow articulation to a degree to be able to function. But I mean, I would never have the expectation that he would be able to sit down just because of his having like a swappable, because like some Japanese figures, they do swappable like skirt pieces or whatnot where they're actually in like a sitting position. That's almost what you'd have to do.
Yeah. And I've never cared for that much with all the swappable aspect of it.
What he's doing right now, I'll play around with it and when it gets here and whatnot, but then eventually that's pretty much how he's going to be locked into all time.
Unless there's a planet, would you turn that hand?
Maybe.
Galactus just needs, and I've seen a couple of you comment that during this live stream, Galactus just needs to talk at this point, and maybe an item with a push button on it. Yeah. I hunger or something. I don't know what else he would say.
Hold on.
Uh-oh. Now we've done it. A planet with a bite mark as a stretch goal. Galactus can't eat Pluto because we said it's not a planet any longer. It doesn't matter what we say, right? I mean, to Galactus, that could be an hors d'oeuvre. An appetizer? Mm-mm-mm. Oh, David Spurlock, $2. Appreciate it. My daughter Darby says hello, gentlemen. Hello.
Hola. Hello, Darby. I like that name.
It sounds.
I mean they can't let the old one talk and not the new one, right? That's actually
True.
A voice chip stretch goal.
Sounds. I don't know. I maybe I haven't seen a lot of stuff animated or movie wise with Galactus, but
this one sounds too pissed off.
That's right. Too much emotion behind it for what my perfect vision of Galactus is.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark Tech, I saw you. Appreciate it. Galactus won't be the only one who hungers after this purchase.
You got that right.
That's true. That's the voice
the ramen and the Totinos.
I'm hungry.
But now, but with this, it's like you've got Galactus Jr. going on.
Or all his kids. Oh, it's Robot Downey Jr. I was about to make a joke, but then I saw it.
Yeah, he's a little too pissed.
Or the battery's dying. To me, my heralds.
Actually, one of the Sentinels that I have, the battery is dying, and it gets a little lower, but it mostly just gets slower.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, Cincy. In my brain, Galactus has the exact same voice as Unicron. And he gets a little distressed every now and then. Oh, Galactus, Princeton Phalanx 59, $2. I appreciate it. Galactus eating Uranus. Oh, Uranus. I was talking about Unicron. I saw the U, and when I brought it up, you tricked me. You tricked me. You got it up on screen. You got me almost to say it out loud. But
let's see. Does he have an appropriate response for that?
I was going to say Galactus eating Unicron, eating Galactus. That'd be a weird picture. To me, my heralds.
Yeah, I when this one came out, it's like the old, because of course can't not bring up an old Toy Biz figure. The old Toy Biz Galactus is very classic looking. Mine's discolored quite a bit just because of how old it is or the paint that they used or whatnot. But when this one came out, I was kind of like, well, I to it that's a little bit more, but it really did set the Toy Biz one down for me. And now I still really like this, but it's like after seeing this, this little fella's just not going to do anymore.
Well, for me, I missed out on that, or I passed on it. I can't remember. I'm more eccentric when it comes to the Marvel universe, but I did, of course, got the original Toy Biz. Build-A-Figure, and it kind of set itself down from the display. It got to where it kept wanting to fall forward, knock my shit down. I got pissed off.
And the helmet parts on mine have gotten droopy almost.
Well, what about the skirt piece? Is it different color than the rest of the body now?
Yeah, I guess when you're as old as that, the droopiness sets in.
And that's just a sign of age.
Yeah.
That thing at this point, 15 years.
2009. No. 2005, I think.
5, 6.
I think it was 2005. Yeah.
So Orson Welles, on your way to oblivion.
No, but it's not Orson Welles from the Transformers movie. It's from the old wine commercials that he used to do.
I guess I haven't seen those.
Have you not ever seen like the outtakes from when he recorded those movies and he was blasted drunk? Oh man, it's what's the name of the wine? It's a guy's name. Yeah, it's just you've got to look that up.
I don't know wines either.
Just or Orson Welles drunk wine commercial. Paul Masson wine. That's what it is. And that's like cheap wine. Because there's one take where he's got the first line and he's waiting for the people sitting next to him to talk, and he's like, "Am I first?" or something like that. He's completely blasted.
I don't want to ruin my Unicron mental image.
That's your Unicron right there.
Yeah. Or Galactus.
Yeah.
Beef Boss is dead, guys. I don't know why you keep bringing him up. He's gone.
Dead and eaten.
Mm-hmm. You know he's going to come back. The Sentinel have sound? I can't remember now. That ended. It funded. I have forgotten about it until I get a shipping notice.
I don't recall that it did.
Oh, Beef Lactus, you brilliant bastard. Oh my God. I think at that point I would just take a real hamburger and shove it on top of it and just put it down over the face.
Just take this one and pull the little antler things off and stick it on the side of a hamburger, and you're in business. You're in business, yeah. But I mean, we're probably going to be touching on at least updates of the progress of this until the end of August. I'm just hoping that it gets. I mean, we're over halfway there now. It hurries up so we can start seeing those stretch goals. Because Mr. Ryan Ting was being mean and he wouldn't let Dan show anything off while he was away.
Whoa! You can't say. Yeah. That's just what I hear when I hear halfway there. Oh, Beef Boss has the new Herald for your short before the review.
Instead of a surfboard, he can be like on top of a sesame seed bun or something like that.
It's a fry package that he blasts around. Actually, it's a McDLT package.
I was
Yep, you knew it. Because as we all know, depending on the planet's temperature and climate, it keeps the hot side hot
and the cool side cool.
Oh no, this is the whole thing. It's gonna be the beefer of worlds.
Oh man.
French fries skis. That's not bad.
That would work. And if he's going to a snow planet, he can wear waffle fries to walk through the snow.
Oh, son of a yeah! I need somebody to come up with third-party food items at 1/6. Well, not at 1/6 scale. They need to be bigger.
Yeah,
they need to be props.
So yeah,
Slurpee.
So what else? I mean, leave it to those wily Marvel boys to leave you on a Friday so you can't think of or remember anything else that happened during the week. But other stuff happened, right?
Hold on. Oops. What'd I do here? Oh, okay. Here we are. Can we do this? We can look at some Rancor pictures.
That's the one from the display, right?
Yeah, from 2019. Is it?
That was the last Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's hard to think about. I mean, really, when you think about it, it could come with. Well, there's Bib hiding out back there. We're getting him.
Yeah.
But this Rancor is just giving me. There he is. Hold on, let me get to. We could get. Is this Eevee? That plane's awful close. Rancor. Yeah, we could get really any of the Jabba's Palace people.
You're a feisty one.
You're a feisty one. Did I not take any pictures of the Rancor? There we go.
There he is.
And really, they sculpted it in a way that kind of looked like it had articulation.
Makes you wonder if it was like, we're halfway there on this. So
yeah, like this is they're calling their shot.
Yeah.
2 years ahead of time. 88. Yeah, an EV99. Half a Gammo. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Bomar Monk would be cool too. That was in the 3 3/4 inch line. Wasn't that a mail away Fritos top thing? Or was that something else mail away? I remember it being mail away, but when I said Fritos, I remembered Spirit of Obi-Wan was a Fritos mail away.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Well, if not just the throne, though. My first thought was maybe just the throne, but what if you don't have Jabba at this point?
Yeah, because I mean, I got the Comic-Con one that comes with like the railing and the, what do they call the hookah thing?
I don't remember.
There's a name for it, and isn't that the only way that Salacious has been out?
Yeah.
Huh.
And it looks cool. And I ended up getting one more recently, but it was in a third party. It was like an eBay bundle that came with a third party throne or a custom throne.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't have. I need one of those.
Yeah, it's cool too. But if we can get one, I feel like the Rancor is going to come with characters, maybe some set stuff, bones and whatever.
Is there enough that they would be able to do with Luke to be real lazy as one of them?
Possibly. Drop them down 2 flesh hands. And a different head. Who knows?
Yeah.
But this is Rancor. I mean, if you had to choose, and I haven't wanted to bring this up, because if it comes down to it, space, money, and them us knowing ahead of time possible future HasLabs, I've got to go with Rancor if it becomes a either or situation.
Yeah, that's tough because I love me a Rancor, but I probably fall on the Galactus side. Like I said, it's Fantastic Four, space, and so that's my.
Uh-oh. It's a harder crash. There we go. You back?
Was I gone? I didn't think I was gone.
Oh, maybe it was me gone. And it sounds like a drum of some kind. Doom.
Somebody must be home.
I am totally down. There's Max Rebo and Twilight Dancer. Bacon says Max Rebo's band Stretch Goal. I feel like that has a better chance at a box set, but that would be 3 unique sculpts in a box set, and we don't see that a lot.
Yeah, that's true. And that whole band, I mean, out of that, right?
Yeah. Demonetized. Let's get some G.I. Joe HasLab stuff. You got to think that they would do a Hiss tank at the very least.
I mean, with a line that was so vehicle centric, I mean, how do you even start to list things that where do you begin?
I'd love a classified HasLab, and you got to think we're going to see it at some point. Would you say the F4 is your bread and butter?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he has his own Fantastic Four display over on the other side of the room. Yeah,
I mean, the Thing is by far my favorite Marvel character, and so just by, he's the Fantastic Four. So yeah, when it comes to Marvel, the Fantastic Four is my favorite, and all of their surrounding universe characters, because I count that like the Inhumans with them, and all the cosmic stuff like Galactus and whatnot, and all their rogues, of course, too. But yeah, definitely.
Max Rebo is a 3-piece band, not 5. I'm with you. I'll take the newer ones, but for me, yeah, Max Rebo is a garage band.
Only with a fully like wraparound keyboard thing. Now, does Max Rebo have hands, or are those his feet that come over to play the?
Oh yeah, have they ever specified one or the other?
I don't know, because I mean the original concept drawings, it was his feet, right? Yeah.
And I remember Droopy McCool. We talked about this last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got it in my brain now. Power Rangers HasLab Megazord. You got to think that's going to be something that it seems like the properties that have been around a bit longer.
Yeah.
Than their newer, or G.I. Joe's been around for a while. Don't get me wrong, but it's only seeing the resurgence here in the past year or two.
Have they done a HasLab? Have they done a HasLab for any own yet?
Any what?
An IP that they actually own?
Oh shit! Actually, now that you say that, it is HasLab stuff with the licensed product.
That's all it's been so far, right?
I'm not sure if Cookie Monster is that a.
Well, they don't own Sesame Street, so I mean that would have been licensed in some way.
That was licensed specifically. Have they done Sesame Street product?
Probably Fisher Price type stuff, but I just mean like any of the own IPs that they own, like
yeah.
Or well, Transformers they kind of own, I guess. There's that.
Oh, that's true. But they're just now teasing one for there. It's essentially been
Hero Quest. Yeah, they own Hero Quest. That's a good call out. Yeah.
Oh, Neil, I appreciate it. Have you guys been watching anything new lately? Stumbled upon the 1997 Spawn HBO animated series last night and really enjoyed it. My son watched that, or has watched that during the summer at some point. He said it was pretty good. I've just been watching Bad Batch and Loki, Disney Plus stuff.
Yeah. I haven't watched. For some reason, I kind of forgot about Bad Batch on Friday this week, so I haven't watched that yet. I'm going to watch that tonight.
We watched that last night.
Yeah.
Because we went to watch it Friday and somehow thought, oh, no new episode this week. And then we had to come back and watch it the next night when we realized. But no, I'm watching, we finished our rerun of Doctor Who, and now I'm watching, we're flipping back and forth. We finished the last season of Lucifer last night, and kind of making our way through Z Nation. Speaking of zombies, going all the way back around to zombies.
Well, and
but it's more comedy than.
Well, I have a hard time keeping up with more than a couple shows at once, but He-Man's getting ready, right?
Oh yeah, He-Man's coming, and that was another reason to get Netflix back too, was to catch that.
And that's new He-Man stuff up for sale. What, Thursday too? Because they dropped Scareglow out there in the world, right?
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we should have a look at that at some point, huh?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe later on this week we may have a look at the Scareglow figure. We'll find out tomorrow.
I wish for stuff like that I could always be right there in hand with both of it. But yeah, we may do a stream like this, maybe Tuesday or whenever it comes through, like a surprise live stream during the week.
Yeah.
Oh, is Revelation this Friday?
I don't know the exact date. This Friday? Oh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, San Diego Comic-Con, not week, not SDCC.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, Mattel's got all their stuff up for sale. Super 7's got their stuff up for sale. NECA, their big days tomorrow for their announcements. So we'll be seeing new stuff and probably exclusive information there. So, oof, yeah.
NESCOCon is this week. They're going to be showing stuff all week.
Yeah.
And didn't Dan say that there's another Marvel live stream this month?
I remember him saying it's not the only one this month. So, yeah.
Seems like last year they waited till the week after, though. That way they weren't caught up in all the...
Yeah, that's true.
I got to think McFarlane is going to show some stuff, too.
Oh, yeah.
Or, well, I would assume.
Todd,
Princess Bride.
Yeah, Todd's finally going to get me with... I think the last... I mean, I've got his Peely, because of course, but I think the last, like, real McFarlane figure that I bought was the Goblin King from Labyrinth.
Damn.
They'll get me with Princess Bride for sure.
Leaf Ranger, they posted a tease today. It's going to be James Bond themed, kind of. It's got I think, a white jacket. They've made all kinds of Bond references for it. Black Series reveals on the 22nd. That's Thursday, right?
Thursday, yep. Oh, so much.
I know. Interesting, they already did that with Golden Head Roach. Oh, really? I haven't kept up. I mean, did they do that full on Bond? Because they posted on TikTok like this casino, what's the slot machine? slots, whatever. And and all their comments have been, for your eyes only. And
that's interesting.
Oh, hey, Robo, been brainstorming for your next Playday gift. Keep an eye out.
Oh, man.
Ooh, I don't know if you can beat what I already got. I bet you can, though. If NECA reveals Bruce tomorrow, my wallet and my wife are leaving me.
Jaws is a top 5 all-time movie for me, so I am absolutely with you. And I just got Quint earlier this week, the 8-inch kind of cloth one, and that's a really, really, really fun figure. And they've teased Hooper already, so I hope they can get Brody's stuff worked out so that we can have all 3 of them.
But Bruce, didn't they show it that one time and it's a big plastic? Or, well, it looked huge.
Yeah, it's like they said almost to scale or to scale.
Oh, coming soon to NECA Lab. Crowdfunding.
Yeah, no joke. I don't know where the heck I would. Oh, I'd have to. Oh, God. Yeah.
You'd go in. Where are you going to put a shark? That's going to be your middle display, isn't it?
That's what I was just thinking. Is like, where's the damn shark going to go? Yeah.
Oh, I'm still trying to find the NECA Puppet Master 2-packs. I haven't seen those either, but I don't have a local comic shop.
Benty found some. Well, those didn't have any exclusivity like Frankenstein and any of that stuff, right? I mean, they're just out there in the world, right?
So they're going to show up at Target, maybe?
I don't know if a store had exclusivity to those ahead of time, because I mean, I finally just ordered Frankenstein because I never found one at Target. So
I found Walmart. I found one on the way back from your house.
Yeah,
and that's the only one I've seen. Oh yeah, Super Spike. I would pass on Galactus for Bruce.
Oh man.
Oh, yeah. Maybe someday we'll have Mask and possibly you'd have to have a Mask HasLab for most of those vehicles if you're going to do Mask at 6-inch.
Oh God,
I don't know. Honestly, I got out of 3 3/4 inch in 2003, 2002, 2003. Spider-Man Classics came along. I fell in love with the scale and have been with it ever since.
Yeah,
I've passed on G.I.Joe 25th. I've passed on some awesome looking 3 3/4 inch Star Wars figures. Mask at 3 3/4 inch scale may get me back into that if they were to do that. because it's mask.
Yeah. You know, even at 3 3/4, I mean, there's not a ton of vehicles out there anymore, right?
Not a ton of vehicles for any line.
Really?
A Master's one every now and then.
It's like with mask, it makes me wonder if they would like go even smaller instead of larger, you know?
Well, I think the original line was actually smaller than 3 3/4 inch. It's kind of a, I don't know, 2.5, 3 inch.
Okay.
They feel really, really tiny.
Yeah.
But they did that, and I sat there in Walmart for longer than any should stand in a toy aisle, you know, looking at that G.I. Joe Mac tracker, just thinking, oh man, just one. Just one. And, you know, we'll go for there. And that's the only mask figure they made, I think, in the G.I. Joe line. But yeah, I think I would break down and, you know, let go of my 6-inch for a short time to grab mask. They were like 2.5 inch originally.
Yeah.
3 3/4 inch, but 3 3/4 inch seems more likely to have the articulation theme I prefer. You get down smaller than that, and I'm sure they could do it, and I'm sure there's lines that are nice and have articulation, but I don't know, 3 3/4 inch. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I doubt it. It's got to happen before I can think too much about it.
You got to have that like baseline built in.
Yeah. And watch, they show it this week. Watch. That's what happens.
You jinxed yourself, son.
Yeah.
But no, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. I think it's noon Central is when the NECA thing is. It's like I always greet NECA announcements with great fervor as well, but the Ninja Turtles one always makes me like have to stare and be like, how am I going to have to move this around to create even more space?
You know, eventually you've got to pull that. You're going to have to pull those Ghostbusters out.
I know.
And you have Lord of the Rings up in the corner, kind of,
yeah, and WWF, and I've got Transformers down over there. So
Usagi is the only TMNT related character I really want.
Yeah, I think there's a little bit of a pause on him right now, simply because he's got possible new media coming. So that seemed to be the indication that we were at least given from a Super 7 perspective when it comes to Usagi.
Speaking of Super 7 perspective, and I don't know if I want to bring it up or not, but the hooded Cobra Commander. Do you think that's a thing, or it's just that Hasbro hasn't made one yet?
Well, I remember like way back that like Sideshow with the statue that they did, they said something about this is going to be like the last hooded Cobra Commander. I mean, here's the thing. Super 7 would have included that head if they would have been able to.
Right.
But, so that's it.
Because I went looking, and I think it's basically the same uniform. Because during that interview, Bron seemed very a stickler for making sure the cartoon details, especially with the H and the Y. I would have never noticed that on the reaction troopers. So not putting it, it had to have been handed down.
Yeah.
You know, like no guns with DC figures.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you know, I'm not at all wanting to talk about, you know, here's and whys for that kind of thing. So I won't even get into it. But the thing is that it would be done if it was available. And right now it's not available. So it's not being done. So
I think and in what I went to right off the bat before anybody started speculating about anything was the Mezco choices for G.I. Joe characters just happen to be the ones that Hasbro has made most of the versions of. Destro Roadblock. They've gotten most of those versions out already.
Yeah.
So, but they haven't gotten that version of Cobra Commander out there. And I think the last one they made was 2017, somewhere in there. And the Sideshow goes way back further than that.
Yeah.
If I remember right. So I don't think it's anything to do with, I think it's Hasbro wanting to get first versions out. I've always had that theory when it comes to Star Wars too, when it comes to Bandai or Metacom or Bandai. I don't know who else to list, or Metacom or Bandai. I could keep going, but I'm not.
Yeah.
But they would always come out with characters after Hasbro made them.
Well, you know, I got to tell you, when it comes to heads, when something isn't there, it's like, I'll give it 30 seconds and I will have a beautiful one that can be delivered to my house by a third party.
Yeah, that's true. And I've gotten several.
Yeah. But you're in on the Ultimates though, yeah?
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah.
Because I love the cartoon. That was my G.I. Joe as a kid. I watched a lot of I didn't have a lot of the toys. I didn't read a lot of the comics until later. But G.I. Joe, in fact, whenever I'm just sitting at the desk, when I'm not editing video or watching something else, I've got that Hasbro live stream going.
The YouTube
side.
one.
Yeah. And the mass device, or that's the Snake Eyes I wanted. I've wanted to do a custom in the classified line, purple and all.
Yeah.
You know, not black, goggles, purple, and I may still go for it. But now that I have this, I can't put it in my classified series, but it makes its own display. And like you all talked about, and I missed talking about it in the weekly, I can take that Snake Eyes, that Duke, and put them with my He-Man and my Lino and have them just kind of my 80s cartoon display.
You know, since the announcement of this, obviously, I like the style, so I'm definitely in. But I gotta say, since I gravitate to the villains, it's like, you know, in about a year or whatever, it's like you got Skeletor, Hordak, Mumra, Monstar, Cobra Commander, Megatron, Goldar from Power Rangers is going to be out there too. Possibly Dr. Killumoff from Toxic Crusaders, because they've been kind of teasing around, more Toxie Ultimates too. It's just like having that villain squad together that's going to be incredible.
You're going 80s and 90s.
Yeah, it's Shredder too. Obviously, yeah, it bleeds over a little bit. I would a little bit, but I mean, even if you took out, the Toxic Crusaders ones, or did Power Rangers? Did that start in the 90s, or did that? I don't even know.
I my memories of it is from the 90s because I was already working. And
but remove that, because we already know G1 Megatron is in the second series of Ultimates that they haven't solicited yet. So it's crazy. That's going to be absolutely insane to have all of that together.
Now, you mentioned Shredder. That's toy style, but
yeah,
it still fits, I guess, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, it'll still look cool.
Yeah. But yeah, a cartoon display. And I don't even mind going up. I don't know why I can go up an inch, but I don't want to go down to a smaller size scale.
Yeah.
Going back to Mask. Have I talked about Mask? I'll take it in 3 3/4 inch. Also saw somebody else post, what was it? A HasLab Tiamat.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh.
That'd be rad. But again, talk about it. Now that they announced Joe's, it's like, I need AD&D Ultimates.
Yeah. And Shipwreck, and I'll be happy forever. I got to think he's on the short list because Shipwreck was such a presence in those early cartoon episodes.
Yeah, he's got to be in the first few waves, I would think.
Yeah. What Power Rangers is 1993 there, Robo? Yep, I was working.
Okay. Yeah, but Super 7, you got to think that since it's Super 7, they're going to get a little weird. In a good way, with some of the character announcements and whatnot.
Yeah. I need a cartoon accurate Flint.
I asked specifically about the movie, just for one particular character.
Yeah. Giggles. Yeah, okay.
Giggles.
Giggles.
Those were a sandwich cookie from the 1980s.
Was it?
Yeah, they had smiley faces, and one side was like vanilla and the other side was chocolate, and it had the cream center in it.
Really? Mm-hmm. We didn't do a lot of snacks and stuff like that. You know what I mean? McDonald's was a prize or a reward if we got straight A's. That's how often.
I just remember the commercials.
Plus, we had to put our shoes on and our good overalls, hitch the horses up, go all the way to town for stuff like that.
That's the thing. It's like, if ever I ask my wife, it's like, do you remember that show from the 80s, blah, blah, blah? And she's like, was that on cable? I was like, yeah, I think so. And she's like, well, my dad would have said that's for the wealthy.
Yeah. See, that's what I'm saying. I think we had a satellite that we could get cable.
Back when the satellite dish was gigantic.
Yup. And at first, we had to go out there and crank to get it to a different satellite to get a different feed.
Nuh-uh.
Yes.
Nuh-uh.
But it was cool because we got the feeds for so when it would go to commercial, it would just go place commercial here or whatever it said.
Uh-huh.
We'd get the actual feeds the day before. So my mom would record Days of Our Lives and be a day ahead of everyone else at work.
Dang, like, you couldn't even spoil it on the internet back then.
Yeah. But I got to watch all the cartoons ahead of time, and my mom checked us out of school early to watch He-Man in the afternoons. And
dang.
Yeah. Well, she did that too to avoid the traffic. But I got to watch cartoons. Oh, there we go. Kids from the 80s had the best cartoon series, in my opinion, and that's coming from someone born in 2000. I appreciate it.
We had the best toy stores, too. That's one thing that I try to describe it to my oldest daughter, and it's like, I can't even describe it.
Well, I looked at that, too. I ran across a graphic or a video of something that showed Toys R Us from its inception to its demise.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it popped up in Arkansas until the late 80s. I don't remember Toys R Us until I could physically drive to it.
We had Toys R Us here, but for some reason we always went to Children's Palace. That was my toy store, was Children's Palace. I don't know if it was slightly closer to us or whatever, but man, 80s toy stores were the bomb.
Yeah, we had Walmart and another Walmart. And it may have been just a couple of Walmarts, and Otasco is where we get Masters of the Universe.
Otasco, I've never heard of that place.
It's a sporting goods store, but they had a toy aisle.
Really?
And then service merchandise.
I remember service merchandise with shit on the conveyor belt for sure.
Yeah. They'd have the toy on the shelf. You had to take the tag, it to the desk, and it would roll out on the conveyor belt.
Yeah, because that was buying video games at Toys R Us too. Is that you had to take the tag up to the register.
Canada.
It's pronounced Canadia.
Oh, Canadia. I got it. It was around, Robo. Your parents just avoided it. Honestly, I don't know when that store came in, because we'd go to service merchandise all the time. We'd go looking for toys. Hell, there was a plant threatening to explode. They were evacuating stores, and we stayed in line to get a Transformers figure, and then went to a pizza place right beside it. Was
it Showbiz Pizza?
We're Showbiz. Damn.
I miss Showbiz Pizza.
I don't remember going to Showbiz.
What?
I don't remember going Showbiz as a kid. I think it was later on.
Damn Chuck E. Cheese. Damn Chuck E. Cheese got all the hype and press, but Showbiz was so much better.
Showbiz had you're going to end up with one of those bands someday. Right? Oh, I blew his mind. He's like, he tries not to think about it, but when he does, it freezes his internet. Hard. Wow. This is the longest freeze so far. Oh, Bradley's, Zares, Jamesway, Woolworth, Dart Drug, and Best Company were my go-to spots as a kid. KB and Toys R Us were for special occasions. I don't remember when KB came in either, but there was also...
So we didn't go there quite. I seem to remember going to KB more in like the early 90s because I got a lot of Ninja Turtles there.
It was always on clearance. And when I started hitting Star Wars again in 95, it was always KB's. Had to get there on truck day. Yeah. Sears. There was also Venture.
I remember Venture. And you know what's funny? My brother lives in New York City, and he and his fiance came to visit. Or it was when my half brother got married, and they actually drove because they were bringing the dog, and they were like, "Hey, we've never driven before. Let's do it." And he sent me a picture while they were on the way because I think they were in Indiana somewhere driving, and there was a huge giant sign that was from the 80s. The store wasn't there, and it's all faded out, but it was Venture.
Damn.
Yeah.
It was our Toys, they've completely remodeled the building where Toys R Us was here. But I think I've driven through, well, not in the past year and a half, but there was a couple that still had Toys R Us signs on it. And it was just kind of, oh, where it was faded. Like they've taken the letters off, but it was faded behind it.
Yeah.
Venture. We went to Venture, but we never went to Kmart.
See, Kmart was in between my mom's house and my dad's house. So when he would come and pick us up on Fridays, sometimes we would stop at Kmart to be able to get a toy or something. And Kmart is the store where my brother and I got our very first Ninja Turtle action figures. He got Krang, and I got Michelangelo was the only turtle there. So I got Michelangelo.
I don't remember finding much of anything. The only thing I remember from Kmart are the what's the hockey movie? Was that McFarlane Toys that did the hockey movie figures?
Yeah, they're right down there. Slapshot, you mean?
Yeah, that and there's another one, but I just remember that package being there forever and just covered in dust.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Uh-oh. What's happening, Dan? I'll write it if you want to sell me the rights. Uh-oh.
Wait, what did we miss?
I missed something. I've missed a lot of chat, I think. Reminiscing.
Now I want to go eat at Showbiz Pizza and then go get some Ninja Turtles figures from Kmart. But I really want to go to Children's Palace.
I saw somebody mention that Kmart's still is Kmart still open in places?
I don't know. I haven't seen one in years.
Seems like way after mine closed down, I still ran through a couple in southern Utah, maybe.
And Left Coast Graphics, you say Strange Brew, but the Strange Brew figures are right next to the Slapshot figures down in the.
Oh, Strange Brew may have been another figure or set of figures that was at Kmart for the longest time.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was pretty like out of the pop culture eye of those properties to have been showing up in like mass market stores back then.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I did see that. They put it on scale and everything, and they weighed other things. Robo, did you see Blitzway's post? Voltron is almost 15 inches tall and weighs over 5 pounds.
Damn.
It should be cool, though.
Yeah.
It's going to be expensive.
Yeah.
Peter Piper pizza. I can't even hardly say.
They still had, when I lived in San Antonio, they still had those, but we never had Peter Piper here.
Oh, wait. Oh, damn it. I was pitching the Robo growing up in Arkansas sitcom. Just need to get the rights. Oh, it's a long, boring story.
It'd be like the Wonder Years, but in Arkansas.
So there's a lot less things to do.
And 8 years old when you started growing your beard.
That didn't even happen until my 20s. At least not all of it. Who will play Robo in a sitcom? I'm going to play my
Robo?
kid self. I'm going to play myself as 10 years old.
Who?
I'm going to play myself.
Oh.
At 10 years old.
Well, if they go into the future, then Obadiah can play you.
No. I'm not going to be older than I am right now.
It'll go into the future. It'll be the spinoff with your kids.
The show would be called Life with Robo. No, it'd be called Robo Don't Know. From childhood on. It's just
and there's the Frozen, with with the series title right underneath it. Yeah.
My first journey out of, well, hell, pretty much my city in 2005 to San Diego Comic-Con. I mean, there's a couple of episodes right there.
that's like a 2-part mini-series event.
That's back when I had an accent, and I'm glad I got rid of that. Actually, when I think back, it was way, way worse. That first. Man, all these California accents sure sound weird. Man. I don't even want to tell the story again of Diamond Select trying to buy a damn Spike figure.
Go ahead. Spock.
Yeah. Spock. We don't have the Star Trek license, sir. Oh, God damn it. I want an Angel Spock figure from Buffy. And that went on for way too long. Actual sitcom situation. Spike.
That's Spock, a Laurel and Hardy sketch.
Tom Hardy. That's weird that I've heard that a couple of times, more than a few times.
That's bait. That's bait.
Bait. Hey, he was Bane. That's all that matters to me.
You want strawberries?
Strawberries are high in fiber. Hot take, but John Malkovich as young Robo. Oh, see? Yeah. It's not our fault. That's how we grew up.
Well, there's Super Spock right there.
You're an asshole. You're an asshole. Oh, not fair.
But yeah, now I want to go to Children's Palace or order from the JCPenney catalog. Oh man, remember when it took 6 to 8 weeks?
Well, no, we would get the Penny's catalog, and it was awesome to look through. And I want these Transformers, and I want this and this and this. We never ordered through the catalog though, or went to the actual. Well, I kind of remember going to Penny's, but not for toys.
Well, I mean, I don't really remember going there to the stores for toys, but the catalogs, that's essentially how I identified the things that I wanted for Christmas every year. Whether or not my parents got them from there, I don't know, but it's like, here's a picture of it. Here's what it's called. But I remember I saw the Horde, the evil Horde from He-Man for the very first time in a Penny's catalog. And like my mom was feeling generous or something that day. And she while I was sitting right there, she was on the phone with them. I remember that distinctly. A set of 4. It was like Hordak, Mantana, Grizzlor, and Leech all at the same time. And it was like my mind was blown because I'd never seen the Horde before.
I don't remember actually. They had cool setups, dioramas and everything. Could you imagine doing that in the 80s?
And commercials were the same way. I mean, Thundercats and Masters commercials like blew my mind. It's like these kids have freaking waterfalls in their backyard.
Actually, yeah, you're kind of jealous because you do that and you end up losing action figures and they're buried in your yard for the rest of your life. You're thinking, oh well, whatever happened to that Destro? Because that's what happened to the few G.I. Joe figures I had was the the sand piles and the mud ditches and I'd forget, and then they're gone forever. G.I. Joe would rust too. Didn't they have metal pins for elbows?
I think so. Yeah.
Knees, maybe. What was the other thing? Oh, toys used to come with their own catalog things. What's coming?
Yeah.
Here's the pictures. Here's a list.
Yeah. Well, and it's like,
what is this bullshit? I lost so many figures over my waterfall as a kid.
You know what's funny though? My stepdad eventually built a pond, like a koi fish pond in the backyard that has a waterfall. But I was like, I was a teenager by then. I was like, I needed this when I was like 8.
Right. What did my backyard look like? It wasn't until I think I was a junior, my parents put a pool in the back, and then that pool became a fish pond. It was an above ground, well, a half under, half on top, and then got rid of that, and it became a big fish pond, and then a smaller fish pond, and now it's gone completely. But there was plants all around it, and when it became a pond, there was a waterfall feature.
Yep.
And I never thought about it at the time, but now that you mention it, yeah, that would have been kick-ass to take pictures by. I lost my G.I. Joes at the beach.
See, I was really careful with like taking my stuff to places like that.
I didn't have to be. I didn't see a beach until I was a man.
I actually, my brother and I had a second set of the 4 Ninja Turtles they were kind of beaters, you know, that those were the ones that we would take places, because if we lost them, we wouldn't lose like the pristine one.
We would take stuff to school, and I had a couple of friends that we'd all play and stuff. And I remember, it was He-Man and Stratos, and we'd put them in the desk. And then I came back from something, was it lunch? And He-Man and Stratos were gone. And this other kid had He-Man and Stratos, but he chewed the feet off. It was mine, but he chewed on the feet and said, "Oh no, mine were like this." And then I never got that He-Man and Stratos back.
Oh man, that's awful.
I think my mom actually ended up going and buying another one, but yeah, after that, it was no more toys to school. I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't do that either, just because of loss or yeah.
Plus, my mom was like, "Look, you're 16.
I'm just trying to get you out of kindergarten. I'm not buying you any more toys."
Hell yeah.
Especially that clock.
that was 5th grade, I think, or something like that. To rescue the Sky Strikey. Someone stole my TMNT and Ghostbusters figs when I was a kid. Yeah, there's always that one kid.
And then kids are so bad about like guilt or secrets or whatever, because there's like it's the kid, then it's like they don't keep it a secret. It's like, hey, I got all these cool new toys, and it's like exactly the ones that are missing.
I left my Zartan in the sun way too long once. What happens when you do that? Because I don't know if I had Zartan.
You know, speaking of which, I'm glad that was brought up. What do you think about the way that they're handling the color change on Zartan?
Where it's kind of opposite?
Well, no, that it's temperature instead of like the sun, instead of light, right?
Well, I can see that. I don't know. Is it because it's...
Because I'm just thinking, if I get that figure, I mean, my space is down in the basement, right? And it's usually fairly chilly. It's like, is he going to be kind of like a powder blue all the time down here? You know what I mean?
Which is kind of cool, because it does show off the color change feature, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, you have to like geographically be located where the way you want him to be.
Right. Are they looking at it as the sun fades colors, or surely it's a different process?
I would think so.
Yeah, maybe it's one of those things lost to time. Well, I don't know. The Super 7 Toxie is sun activated, isn't it?
He's got a red UV effect. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think taking into account of most situations, he's going to be displayed in temperatures between 65 and 75 most of the time. Is that too cold? What's the actual temperature?
Yeah, that's true.
So I got to figure, if you want to take pictures of them with a bluish hue, you got to stick them in the freezer for 5 minutes before taking the picture or doing it. If it was heat or sunlight through a window, it would change by itself too much, maybe.
Maybe so.
I don't know. Is it a conscious effort or is it the technology available?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I hadn't thought about it too much, because if it turns blue, I'm okay, especially when I have the regular Zartan off to the side. Wives will be finding Zartan in the refrigerator. Kind of already used to that because I do a lot of heating limbs or straightening stuff out and then throwing it in the freezer afterwards, cool it off.
You don't just run cold water over it?
I guess you could do that. I guess that's the sensible thing to do. Quicker. Oh, no, you know what? Because sometimes if I'm taking pictures, I don't like getting water inside where it's going to drip or drop or review where it's just kind of getting my space all wet.
I gotcha.
Space all wet.
that makes sense. It's like I think the last thing I had in the freezer was I froze a Captain America in an ice block for some picture.
I think that's why I've mostly went to heat gun too, for popping parts instead of boiling, because you get water inside a Marvel Legends figure and it's dripping out for a while.
Well, there's Fred right there.
The UV manufacturing process is expensive and probably toxic. Avenger.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's why it's on Toxie.
And that makes sense. I can see that. It's the same thing that they talk about. Don't they say vac metal is kind of
it's expensive and it doesn't last, and
especially with joints. I got to think that's going to rip and tear and flake.
Well, and that's the thing with talking about vac metal on stuff. It's like look at the alternative. Okay, they're going to give you shiny plastic. It's not going to be vac metal shiny, but okay, we do this whole figure in vac metal, and people move their figures for 5 minutes, and it's flaking off all over the place. I mean, that's a bigger disaster than the other alternative. So
yeah, just one of those ancient processes from back in the day that doesn't work on super articulation. Are they going to make Zartan Swamp Skier? That'd be cool.
That'd be a cool vehicle. I mean, because that's not the size of the bike, right?
If not smaller. I mean, it was pretty much just a frame with skis on bottom.
Swamp Skier.
Also, vac metal contains lead. 14-foot flag, please.
This isn't 14. Oof, man. Could you imagine?
No. I don't think. Would it be 14 feet? I think it'd be bigger than that.
Yeah. Because I mean that'd only be what, 28 feet long at that scale?
Oh, yeah, 6-inch. Which, I mean, it's not like the flag was in scale with G.I.Joe figures in the first place. But I don't know the math. Because how big was the flag? 5 feet?
I don't know.
Did anybody have the flag? A 6-inch scale flag would be 60 foot, 6-inch the distance from home plate to the pitcher's mound at Major League Baseball. That's big. That's big.
That just sounds like a challenge.
That sounds like a HasLab waiting to happen. I think somebody said something about $2,000 HasLab earlier.
Oh, God.
In the comments. I think it'd be more than that. Well, I mean, even 60 feet is not happening. If anybody was, like, well, maybe I could find a spot for that. Make it the roof of my house.
Well, I was going to say most semis, their trailers are what, like 50 feet long or something like that. I mean,
yeah,
you're adding another basketball goal to that.
That's longer than my house. I don't think you could, with the size of Classified, I don't think you could make a flag big enough to where it looks decent. Now that I'm looking around the room, I don't know, about 12 foot. It'd be cool to have a 12-foot flag and just have them standing its own shelf, you know.
But that's the thing about Joe, though, man. It's like, it's not that there's a dearth of other things large that they couldn't do. That's not the flag, right?
Yeah. I think I honestly, if they did a HasLab, I gotta think it's the tank.
That'd be cool.
But that's 3 HasLabs from now at least.
Yeah.
You can actually float with a 7-foot flag. Yeah, it better be watertight, and I'll be able to use it in flood conditions. How did you get out of that flood? Well,
I have an aircraft carrier.
I'd like to thank Hasbro and the G.I.Joe team. Oh, how huge would a HasLab terror drone be? It'd be big.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, wasn't Brian just talking about the damn ship that Cobra comes in on the?
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll make it. It'd be the size of a garage. I don't know. I'm not sure if we'll make it or not.
But I mean, if you're going back over the Thunder tank, you know, the Turtle Van is being explicitly hinted at. G.I. Joe is a property, you know, built on vehicles. There's got to be something that's going to be coming eventually, right? In that line.
Well, and that's the same thing. I mean, not to go back to Mask once again, but I think G.I. Joe kind of proves, well, I think Mask was a little bit more dependent on the vehicles. I mean, the whole cartoon was based around the vehicle.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, they had the masks, of course, and that's the name of the show. But G.I. Joe without the vehicles have been okay so far.
Yeah.
But here we are wish listing vehicles. So who knows? Hell yeah, Nick. 80s villains takeover.
Yeah. I can't wait. I keep thinking, okay, I've got enough of them together, or I'll be able to take it now. And it's like they keep pushing that timeline out on me because they keep announcing more properties.
Not until we get well, I don't think that was that 80s Inch High Private Eye? We haven't got a Dr. Claw. Was that early? Was that earlier?
What, Inspector Gadget?
Mm-hmm.
That was mid 80s, right?
Maybe. HasLab. Oh well, Jeep. I always forget the Jeep on the. If anything, well, Trouble Bubble seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But I kind of think hang gliders are going to be in our near future at some point.
I will get up on the roof.
You think they would actually fly, or they're just going to be hunks of plastic?
Probably, but I mean, that just brings me like the Ninja Turtles parachute, man. When my parents first separated, my dad lived in an apartment and he lived on the bottom floor, but we'd go up to the 3rd floor and throw the Ninja Turtle parachute off the top and watch it. I mean, you can't make a hang glider without me being able to actually use it or play with it, right?
Yeah, that's true. You ever put an action figure on a kite?
We've got some pretty serious kites here now. I should probably try that.
I wonder if, and I'm sure it's already been done, but not recently. I have a G.I. Joe hang glider kite.
Yeah.
What is the, wait, where'd it go? What's the biggest toy you guys would ever get? Galactus. Well, you got the Balrog up in the corner, and I have a couple of those Transformers MAS figures.
Yeah, I mean, Snake Mountain is 37, 38 inches tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it that tall?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Because it actually ended up being a little bit taller than what they said it was, because I had to like put it on the shelf at an angle and it scraped the ceiling because I accounted for the dimensions exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And
I remember you going
I
to hell with
gave it
Godzilla.
like an inch or so to breathe, and it touches.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're like, to hell with it.
Yeah. That's currently the biggest thing that I have.
but
what would I ever get?
Wish listing. Well, you got Thunder Tank's going to be pretty big too, huh?
Yeah. It'd be fun to get an in scale either Ultimates or NECA turtle blimp hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, Evil Lynn with $5. Next time you speak to Brian Flynn, could you please ask about Mandora and her motorcycle? Can they do packs like that with G.I. Joe and a vehicle?
Yes, I will, because I'm hoping that either Brian or maybe Kyle soon I'll get back to chatting with one of them, since Thundercats figures arriving is becoming more and more imminent now at this point. Yes, I will ask about that. But that's the thing about Ultimates, though, is that there's no fixed price and there's no fixed size. I mean, Silverhawks just came off of Monstar, right? As being a figure, and he's $85, and like it's going to be insane. So because they don't have to like fit into an exact same size package or price point that retail stuff has to be. I mean, Mandora, I don't know how you have that figure without the motorcycle, so I'm with you on that. So I could genuinely see that as like $90 figure with a vehicle or something like that. That's hypothetical, prices, but go that way.
Jack's 4 foot tar. That big old Vader. I forgot about that.
NECA, it's not a toy, but NECA has recently made their like shop standee Leonardo available again, and I have seriously considered that.
I now that you mention it, I'm surprised you didn't go for it the first time.
You want to hear the stupid reason why I haven't? It's the wrong turtle.
Oh, really?
If it would have been Donatello, I would already own it.
Right. That's not stupid at all. That's perfectly logical, thoroughly thought out reaning.
But I'm not a cop, so Leonardo is not my favorite.
But do you think they're going to do more, and they're just re-releasing Leonardo?
It'd be interesting to see if like they could just do like different arms for all of them, to like if they just like did different hands, like they could take care of Michelangelo and Raphael easily just by doing different like weapons that they could like. I don't know if the hands are, but I think they could do more with minimal, with the Ninja Turtles at least, right?
Yeah, and those are well, they're not completely modular, but I think the bigger ones at least break in half, so you can store and ship.
It comes. I know it comes, so you have to assemble it to some degree. So yeah, but yeah, if they did Donatello, I would be all over it.
I forgot about. Well, yeah. That's exactly. I had forgotten they were doing those 1/1 scale kind of statues.
Yeah, that's and they're really for like comic shops and stuff like that. But because they did several different ones, because Deadpool was one, Leonardo. Yeah.
Deadpool, well, like hell, at Toy Fair, and I've seen them at shows too. People put them out, draw people in. But
yeah,
shit, Kratos and Harley and
Harley.
Did they have a Predator?
Maybe. I mean, it's NECA, so I can't believe that they wouldn't have done a Predator one, right?
Right.
I mean, that's Predator has quite the history with NECA, so it seemed like that would be a given.
Yeah, I've seen them at shows, and they've always just been kind of that's a neat thing, but they're foam, which makes sense. It's a big item.
Mm-hmm. Where can you get that? Thirsty for Chicken, I think maybe Entertainment Earth sells them.
I saw that it was up for re-release.
Yeah, it'll set you back. It'll set you back a grand, but yeah.
Here's my $4,000 set of turtles.
That's what my wife said. She's like, because it's just going to happen. They're going to make the rest of them, and then you're going to have 4 of these. Where are you going to put them? I was like, no, I just want Donatello.
But so you didn't get Leonardo?
Mm-hmm. If he was about half the price, I probably would have bit. But since it's not Donatello, it's like that's some serious dough at a standee.
Yeah.
You know?
Just wait for clearance.
Yeah.
Oh, they did a Wonder Woman. Yeah, they did quite a few.
Yeah.
I mean,
they
used
quite
to.
a few. Yep.
At Toy Fair, they lined their whole outer booth.
Yep. They're there. But I'm gonna hopefully be talking to both Randy and Trevor soon. And I'm gonna be like, where's the 1-to-1 scale floor model Donatello?
Actually, yeah, that's something to ask for. And then a 1-1 scale, they need to get G.I. Joe and do a Chuckles.
Hell yeah.
Or you could just do a mannequin with a Hawaiian shirt on it.
That's true. That's like you really would only need somebody to like maybe do a head sculpt or something for you.
I need to go back and reread that miniseries where he was a complete badass.
I have it. Has it come out? It seems like I have it ordered somewhere because I haven't ever read it. But everybody who like when I ask me, who's my favorite Joe character, they're like, you've got to read this series, and yeah,
it's been a few years that it's been out, I think. And then I didn't know until they put his bio up on the G.I. Joe site that he's from Little Rock, so he jumps up my list too. I mean, I've got to hold on to those pop culture characters that actually come from Arkansas. I got Razorback and I got Chuckles.
Dang.
Yeah. I've probably got more. I just need to research a little bit. I can't think of any more offhand though.
Well, and what Duke's from here, right?
Is he Kansas City?
Or he may be St. Louis.
Ahoy, tactical hot dog.
Ahoy, hoy.
Do you own any action figures you've gotten on clearance or some other kind of discount? Oh, shit. Quite a few. Yeah, I just got that. I just got this for $11 off Amazon, which I have I mean, it just kicks ass.
Yeah.
And then I got Pumpkin. I ended up with Pumpkin Raider for
Rapper.
Pumpkin
Rapper.
Reader. Pumpkin Reader, that's his name. God. I think it was 15 at Target the other day.
Not too shabby.
Jonathan Preston? Canadian $2. Have either of you picked up the new Galvatron yet? Not yet. You probably won't. You're an Optimus Megatron guy.
Well,
Wow.
I want them to look like the cartoon, and they don't need a transform guy.
So you're getting Ultimate.
I won't be a completist with them. I'll get the ones that kind of fit that bill,
My kite story is a little late. As a kid, I put He-Man on the string near the kite, raised the kite, then He-Man came rappelling down the line, but fell halfway because the friction cut his fingers off. Oh, I would pay to see that. See, that sounds like a scene from a show.
Yeah. What's Dan talking about wanting to make a story about your childhood when we got He-Man fingers getting sheared off on a kite experiment with yours?
That's some scale rope burn.
Yeah.
Pumpkin Reaper. Yeah. Damn it.
Pumpkin Reaper goes through space to fight Spock.
Spock, from Buffy. Razorback could only come from Arkansas. Just need a warthog-based army. Oh, had to swap his right arm with my battle armor He-Man at the time.
Man.
That's right. Was already customizing back in the day.
Yeah.
Upgrades.
But now I need to pick a smaller figure and grab one of the kites and do that. Or maybe I'll just wait for you to come back up here and we can make that a whole thing.
Make it a video. I have loosely kind of thought about different ways to destroy an action figure and then film it. Because I've got a buddy with a flamethrower.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That would do it.
Yeah. But only, I don't know, I'd have to pick a figure to pick on, I have thought about the Marvel Select Star-Lord.
You know how I've done that before because sometimes if I don't buy a lot of figure lots from like eBay or whatnot, but sometimes when you have to get that one thing that you're looking for, oftentimes you get like double and triple figures along in it of like other stuff. Then there's your
I don't know. I like all my figures. Except for Star-Lord. Tactical Hot Dog is my new favorite. Flamethrower on toys takes longer than you would think. That sounds like it has a story behind it.
We have field tested data on that. That's great.
What are some figures that have stood so far? Oh, that reminds me though. What are some figures that have stood so far this year?
Maybe I bet it stood out.
Speaking of standing, as much as I love the Hasbro Star Wars, I'm doing this like a review. I'm so used to throwing all those words together. Hasbro Star Wars Black Series 50th Anniversary Jackson. Have you had any problems with that bastard standing?
I don't think so.
No?
Well, now
Mine keeps trying to take out the display.
I can't quite see him from where I'm sitting if he fell over or not. Well, hold on.
You go check that. Because I want to know, because mine took out a shelf the other day and he got moved to where he's leaning against the wall. You put him on tippy toes and then lean back.
Mine's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, you think we will ever see a Thundar or Black Star? Oh, we talk about that every live stream, don't we? Give us Thunder.
Black Star would be amazing. I get that it's not real well known, but it would be. I mean, I've got a whole customized Black Star in Ultimate style. Yeah.
Oh, you still have that SHF Loki? I do. I haven't even opened it. In fact, if I reached further than I care to right now, I'd grab it. Figure really disappointed me, and I'm still salty. I got it on clearance, so I may not be as salty about it because
I jumped into an entire, well, I guess not the line. I jumped into an entire backdrop diorama thing because it was all on clearance. That's when I finally decided to get the rooftop of the Ghostbusters Select stuff because those figures are not good. But the backdrops or the diorama's cool. Big Bad Toy Store threw like everything on clearance at one point, and it's like I picked that stuff up for like I think less than a quarter of the original retail price.
I like the diorama pieces.
Yeah, the diorama pieces are cool. The figures are not.
Thundar must be made. Oh wait, my Black Series Din Djarin Grogu pack from Target arrived today, but his helmet was all messed up. Luckily, Target is sending me a new one. I don't even have to return the original. Damn,
that's good.
Helmet was. Well, I don't remember what the. I took the helmet off and then I had a third-party head to go on, so I haven't even seen the helmet again. Because when you get down to it, none of the Hasbro Din Djarin helmets are great. And they got worse with time. When I first got it, I was like, yes, Din Djarin, I got some Mandalorian for my shelf. It was before the show came out, I think was the first one, right?
Yeah.
And then as we saw more of the show and more imports and more third party, that helmet got worse and worse.
Yeah.
Oh, I am planning on repainting Jackson, kind of a Bugs Bunny color scheme. Actually, now that I think about that, that would be interesting.
That's another Cantina alien, right?
Yeah.
Just throw it in there somewhere.
Are y'all picking up the Reaction Joes or just the Ultimates? You're interested in Quinn, right?
Yeah, Quinn would be the one right now for sure. If they ever did Chuckles or Shipwreck, I might be in for too, simply because I've always had Shipwreck's parrot. Too, so.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Boba Fett helmets problems too. Had to use heat to unmorph it, but
the new one, yeah.
Once you did that, it looks
It's
fantastic.
perfect.
It was just smashed. It wasn't sculpturally wrong or off looking.
They put him in the blister thing like in the wrong season or right off the line.
I accidentally started collecting Motu Origins. They are so good. And you know what? Any other to non-collectors, if you said, oops, I accidentally started collecting this, they'd be like, what do you mean accidentally? We know, we feel your pain. We know what you're talking about.
Because I'm with you, man. You did it. I got him, and now I'm caught up. Which did you see that? Like a UK retailer put some listings out for some Origin stuff that hasn't been announced yet.
I didn't get the Origins listed down. I saw it,
but I was going to talk about
stuff. I was going to talk about the Revelation stuff tomorrow.
But the Origins one has Sunman listed with it, which is insanely cool. If they like somehow got the rights to that and they're incorporating Sunman into Masters of the Universe now.
Does Sunman mean, was he like a knockoff type thing, or was he an actual character in the line?
It's not Masters, but Sunman was created by, I think, a woman who's a professor at a university now or something, for a more diversity driven line that was complementary to like a He-Man style line in the 80s. So I mean, it was its own thing. But that would be rad, because I mean, people have been incorporating Sunman into Master stuff forever, and Sunman's cool, but man, Pighead, the main bad guy from that, is insanely cool too. I want that would be really neat. That would, if they did that, I would buy 2 of every one of those so I could make custom classics versions of them too.
So what you're saying is they're going to put a Warlord into the
and all the warrior beasts. Yeah. But yeah, Sunman's cool. Really cool.
I never owned any Motu until Origins. I do like the line a lot. And I, like you said earlier, you said you weren't going to get into that, but once they started hitting,
I like Origins as its own thing. I mean, Classics is still my default Motu line, but Origins is so, they're just so toy-y and colorful and whatnot that it's fun as its own thing. It doesn't fit in with anything else really that I own, but I own pretty much every Masters line ever, so it's like once I started collecting it, it was like, it would have been weird if I would have set this out.
Yeah, because you had Adam and He-Man, right, from the San Diego set a few years ago.
Yeah, and we took them out and messed with them, and then I put them back in the box, so it was like they were kind of invisible. But then when Merman came out, it was like, shit.
Oh, Galaxy Warriors is where it's at.
Yeah. And what was it? Fuerza T was the South American line. I apologize. I don't remember if it was specific to a country, but it was actually Masters molds that were used for a different line.
The only Motu Origins I see around me, Middle Georgia, is He-Man, Skeletor, and Evil Lyn. There for a bit, I was seeing a lot. Of course, because I wasn't collecting the line, or I'm not collecting the line. So of course I'm going to see others, because I offered to pick up Ninjor for you and Hordak. There was
Maybe.
a few others I saw, but at this point now it's He-Man and Skeletors everywhere.
I see He-Man, Skeletor, Battle Cat, occasionally Panther, Evil Lyn, and an occasional Man-at-Arms I'll see, but that's about it.
Yeah, I'm good with what I got. And Revelation, as much as people hate them, some people hate them. I don't know. Once I got them in hand, it's better. I understand. You look at them; their proportions are wacky. The colors are weird. But
well, and
I don't
honestly, I hate to say this, but from what we've seen from like the trailers and stuff, they're not on model very well.
No. They're just kind of their own Mattel thing.
Yeah,
loosely based on a true story. But I've had more fun sticking oddball parts on them than actually. I mean, they're still He-Man and Skeletor, but they're almost like custom bases right out the gate.
Yeah, and you want to hear a regrettable story is that I didn't pay probably as much as I could have paid for it, but that PowerCon exclusive set from last year that had like all the Lords of Power set that had like all the original designs and whatnot. They got the Merman out recently that was a different color and a little less deco on him, which was really cool. But I went and I got the actual exclusive one too.
Damn.
Just Merman though, not the rest of them.
Oh, and that re-release now? Or you went back and got the out of that set?
Here, I got the one out of the set.
I saw that. You're keeping the one carded, right? That says LOP. Pay $50 for Orko on the secondary market. Are you talking about the Origins one that works better with Filmation than the Filmation Orko did?
Yeah.
Or Classics?
Yeah, because I put the Origins I put the Origins Orko with the Filmation Classics figures, and then I took the Super 7 5-inch Orko and put him with Origins.
That's the Origins figure I got was Orko because I'm a Filmation guy, and that'll be my display someday.
Let's see. This one's the exclusive one. The sword's got the different color. He's a slightly different color. The armor and stuff is different. He's got some like printing on his like shorts and stuff like that. So that was a little through the nose, but damn it, it's Merman.
Are his eyes crooked, or is that just light?
I think it's just the light.
Okay, because I just looking through here.
Yeah, no, it's just the light. I was like, God damn it.
No. Yeah, Origins. Oh, and well, then last weekend I picked up a Sky Sled from Game Exchange here local for Origins.
Yeah.
But it's too small for, I knew it was too small for Revelation. I just wanted the head off Prince Adam.
Yeah.
But Sky Sled and the Battle Ram was something I didn't have as a kid. So I'm looking at this thinking, oh, well, this would be kind of cool with something. I don't know.
Well, and I just got, I shipped Pile of Loot the other day and got the Wind Raider, which is cool. It's shaped very much like the original. It's like rounder and more boxy than like the classics one. It's fun.
It gives you 80s vibes.
Oh yeah.
Is that the biggest seller besides the toyeticness?
At first that was the reason why I didn't like Origins, because it's like I've got vintage figures standing right here, but now it's definitely that, because like I said, it's not something that like incorporates into the rest of my collection, so it kind of just stands on its own a little bit. But yeah, I'm enjoying it for sure.
Well, 4:30.
Dang.
Yeah, I didn't even realize. I just looked down and thought, oh well, that's over 2 hours.
Yeah.
That I wasn't planning, because I have to be at my parents' house in 30 minutes. I was planning on being able to get ready and stuff.
Robo's mom's calling. He's got to go home.
I gotta. But Mom, can I play for 30 more minutes, please? Nope, she turned the light on. That means it's time to run. Oh, I forgot. The Land Shark's coming too, huh?
I've got the Land Shark. Yeah.
Oh, Land Shark already out? Oh,
Shark.
cops are cheating too.
Shark.
Am I the only one? Oh, what channel you on? You know, I don't transform Transformers. Okay, when I open them up, I transform them once. If I'm reviewing them, I transform them twice, and that's it. They stay in robot mode because I want the characters, not Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. When life was simpler. I knew the schedule. Any thoughts on that? I say it's almost time to stop, and Veeb's internet's like, yes, it is. Any thoughts on the Beast Kingdom, Dark Knight's Death Metal, the Merciless? That's a big figure, right? That's like 8-inch scale or something. I don't keep track of Beast Kingdom. It's hard enough keeping up with 6-inch and some 7. Hell, I'm almost at the point where I may drop a lot of the 7 stuff that I talk about, like McFarlane toys, unless it's just something mind-blowingly. Galactus 8 Veeb's Connection. So yeah, I mean, with the way the news is lately, let there be VB. I was going to say light, but then I said VB.
but wait, is Grimlock's your exception? Is an exception though, right?
Yeah. Okay. Grimlock is he's Dino mode.
Yeah.
And I have transformed him a couple of times. He is fun. He's almost like transforming as a kid, where you were just like could figure it out. But a lot of those newer ones, they're complicated. I don't know which way to spin, which way to turn, and I ain't got time for frustration these days.
I like right after Unicron started like hitting, somebody like posted pictures of like the entire transformation instruction booklet. I was like, I'm not smart enough to do this.
Yeah. I don't remember using the instructions a lot when I was a kid. It's just, I don't know. But I can't say I didn't. I figured it all out by myself, but a lot of those weren't as complicated as these days.
Yeah.
I mean, so there was a couple you just pull back and they would do but yeah, that's 2.5 hours. Like I said, I gotta get on the road, make the long drive to my parents' house across town. You know, my big town.
For Sunday dinner, huh?
Yep, I'll be there in 15 minutes. But I appreciate everybody coming out. And we came into this one with no plan other than, hey, Galactus looks cool. But we always find something to talk about when it comes to toys.
Yeah, and there's going to be a lot more this week, so we'll have more to talk about next weekend. And like we said, there might be a special midweek version of this this week too, with new stuff.
Yeah. We may take a look at some Mattel stuff. We're loosely planning for maybe Tuesday evening.
Yep.
Don't want to go too late, or don't want to start it too late. We'll go and quickly look at something because it's all on you, right? You have the toys.
Yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
But yeah, Monday Fwoosh Live tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm reviewing this week. Whatever. It's San Diego Comic-Con. We should be out of town right now.
Yeah, no kidding.
Doing this from a hotel room. 2 guys in a hoodie on a bed. That came out wrong. 2 guys in one hoodie on a bed. 2 guys in hoodies on a bed. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming out, hanging out. Lazy Sunday, just talking toys. And we'll be back. Very, very soon.
We'll be back.
With we're still working on bumpers too. That way we can kick in. Because right now all I can do is click this end broadcast and see y'all later.
Bye.